Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's your boy PapaSig, and I wanted to do something a little bit different because I've only been uploading Pokemon card stuff to this channel, and I wanted to do a review today. I just finished watching Fear Street 1994, came out yesterday on Netflix, and I wanted to give a very, very quick review of the movie and my thoughts, and I think it's something that you guys should watch. So the movie takes place in 1994 and follows a group of high schoolers around the town of Shadyside, where a lot of weird paranormal activity has been happening since the year 1966, and it's been unexplained, but everyone believes it to be a witch. Now, this movie is kind of like a blend of Stranger Things meets Scream. If I had to put two movies together, it'd be Stranger Things and Scream, especially this one. The movie is funny. It has, I think, really solid writing for a Netflix series. There are Netflix series that have phenomenal writing. I think Black Mirror has good writing, and there are definitely some others that are really well written. But this movie is really solid, and it's one of the first Netflix movies in a long time that has made me want the sequel immediately. And this movie was all announced immediately with a 3-part series, a three movie trilogy. It was announced with 3 movies, and I was like, well, when are we gonna get the next one? Like, what, October? Are we gonna get it next year? The next one actually comes out 1 week from now at the time of recording. I think it comes out on July 9th. It is July 3rd right now. So you have plenty of time to catch up. It's 1.5 hours. It's super good. I'll try to put some trailer footage around here. I'm doing this on the fly. I was recommended to do this by my chat over at twitch.tv/PapaSig. Be there, be square. Because I've been wanting to do reviews for a while. I watched a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of anime. I watch a lot of movies. And I want to tell you guys what's good. And I know that Critical's going to do a review on this. So I want to beat him to it. I was going to do one for Vivi Fluoride Eye's song. And then literally when I sat down to do it, he already had it up. He just uploaded his. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not doing that now. So some of the strengths of this movie I talked about already were the writing. I thought the writing was really, really solid. It was funny with the high school setting. The characters all felt fairly fleshed out outside of one. There's only one character that I felt like didn't really get any development, and I didn't know who he was throughout the entire movie, which isn't a good sign. But he was still funny. Like, he had funny moments, but I really wasn't sure if he was a character's boyfriend or a brother. And at the end, I found out he was neither, so that wasn't good. And other than that, most characters are well developed. What I really thought they did a good job on was explaining the lore of the city and talking about the past encounters from like years ago. So like there was like 1964 or something like that, then 1966, which is where the next 2 movies are going to take place, and is going back in time to where it all started. Apparently, these Fear Street books, the movies are based on, were written by R.L. Stine of Goosebumps. And Goosebumps as a kid was the best. I used to read Goosebumps all the time. Everyone read Goosebumps. Everyone saw the Goosebumps TV show. Everyone shat themselves with the dog and all that. So hopefully the next 2 movies come across just as good. And I hope they both come out within 2 weeks, like I expect them to, because they're just that good. I think they're going to be like the summer, like the fun summer movies to watch and hang out and just with your friends with. Now, for some weaknesses, there was one weakness that stood out to me instantly with this movie, and that was the music. They used awesome music. You're like, why is that a weakness? Well, the weakness is they only used awesome music for like 5 seconds at a time. It was absurd. They would start a song, you'd be jamming out to some 90s bangers, and then they would just instantly cut it off. Sometimes they would just flow from song to song, like within 10 seconds. There was one scene where they go on a bus, and I can't remember what the first song was, but I was like, man, this song goes hard. They're all getting on the bus to go to school or whatever. And then it like, the character sits down, and then it transitions to Creep by Radiohead. And I was like, why? Like, why didn't they just stick with the first song? Like, Creep by Radiohead's a good one. They could have just started with that. But why did they have to put 2 really good songs within a 20-second span? The only time they didn't do that was at the very end. And thankfully they did it with one of my favorite songs of all time, The Day I Tried to Live by Soundgarden. That song got it's almost played by in full, and it was sweet because one of my, like I said, one of my favorite songs of all time. So I was super happy about that. Overall, I want to give this movie a solid 9 out of 10. I saw the trailer approximately, I think the day before it came out, and I was like, that looks interesting. It looked interesting. I thought it was going to be like a bad Netflix movie, like that zombie movie that just came out, but it was really well written, had really solid characters, a really fun premise. It was like an American Horror Story meets, I meant to do this description at the top. It was American Horror Story meets Stranger Things, or I think I said Scream meets Stranger Things, but I think American Horror Story is better because they have so much better lore. So 9 out of 10. Watch it ahead of the 9th and just enjoy it. If you like this style of review, leave a comment. Let me know, because I won't do it again if you guys don't like it. But I watch a lot of anime and stuff, so I wanted to try to give something different than just Pokemon stuff. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. See ya.